are your thoughts about the Fort Lewis and El Paso games?
I think the Fort Lewis game was pretty much a debacle. We just didn't play very well up there at all. But what we did learn, we learned a lot about ourselves and what we needed to come back and work on. And we came back Monday and went to work on it. All week long, prepared for El Paso with that in mind, and I thought we carried into our El Paso games things that we needed to correct from UTEP, or from the Fort Lewis game. So, you know, might not have liked what while it was happening, but maybe it was good for us to prepare us for the next one.
Both teams scored 30 points on you. So what adjustments are you trying to make to be able to prevent that?
You mean they beat us by 30?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's a lot of difference between UTEP and Fort Lewis. Fort Lewis is a team that probably shouldn't do that to us. UTEP's a team that probably should. And, you know, probably should be honest with you, UTEP probably ought to beat us more than 30, and probably would have if we hadn't have come back and had the good week like we did during the week in between.
What do you expect to see from New Mexico Highlands?
I think they're 2-2. They went on a trip up to Alaska and played 4 games up there and played against a top 15 team against Anchorage, and their scores with them were kind of like our Fort Lewis scores. And then they came back. This will be their first game back since then, and obviously it was our first game since the UTEP. So they've got I think 3 starters back and 5 kids back from last year's team that we split with. They beat us in here, and then we beat them at their place. So I'm anxious to see how we line up against them.
What about Southwestern Oklahoma?
Southwestern's undefeated. They're 4-0 coming in. They'll be undefeated when they get here. This time last year, they were winless when we played them right before Christmas, and so obviously they've done something to get a lot better. And I'm watched a little bit on tape. You know, they're a team that likes to dribble and penetrate and kick out to the open shooters, and if you give them an open look, they'll bury it. So we'll have to try to keep the dribbler in front of us so we don't have to give help, and so maybe we can get to their shooters. They shoot the ball on the perimeter a lot better than New Mexico Highlands does. So we're going to maybe invite Highlands to shoot a little bit and see what happens, and we won't be doing that with Southwestern.
Just so you can get an idea of what's. So who has stepped up in Northcutt's spot?
Kiera Tate's kind of taking that over for us right now. Her and Tara Johnson. We'll kind of do it by committee with those 2 kids for a little bit. I think Kiera, you know, had separated herself a little bit, and she twisted an ankle early in the week this week, and she's been sidelined. Today was the first day back. We'll have to see how sore she is tomorrow, if she'll be able to play against Highlands or not.
So how many points are you hoping the defense can hold Highlands to?
Well, I think they've put some big numbers up, you know, a couple nights, and I think in order to give ourselves a chance to win, if we can keep them in the 60s, that should do it.
What has been a pleasant surprise for the team or a helpful addition so far?
The new kids have been good additions for us. The 3 junior college kids, all 3 of them have stepped up and going to contribute big time, I think. Kiera Tate, maybe not quite as, Kiera Tate, you know, like I said, she's the point guard that stepped up. We'll see if she'll be able to play this weekend against Highlands or not. Precious Herring's done a great job. She's been our leading scorer every night out. And then Kayla McCray, I think maybe later in the season we'll see some good things out of her.